Wow, I guess I will swing back into this and see what happens. And I will transition back over. I think I'm streaming again. I think so. I think so. I think it's happening. Let's see what's happening here. But yeah, for anybody who doesn't know, I lost power. I lost a lot of power. And I was kicked off the internet. Big time. And I don't know why. I had battery backups going. And I'd lost all power in the house. And so my computers continued to work, but there was no internet. That happens. So I'm going to try to swing back into this. What an interruption. My God, what an interruption. Let me see here. Let me see what the hell's going on. I'm trying to do this on the fly. Usually when you get stuff set up like this, you kind of just hope it kind of works. But then you got things going on sometimes. And you got to deal with it. And that's why I'm trying to deal with it right now. So I guess it's gonna have to be a two-parter, like someone in the chat says. And I was trying to read the Bigfoot story in the UK, and I got so rudely interrupted by a power outage. That happens. And now I think I'm back up again. I think.
We've got to give him more time.
Yes. Please.
That thing's operational.
Yes, it is. Okay. Okay. I can roll back into this and finish up this Bigfoot story and move on. I just lost 10 minutes. My apologies, people. I am sincerely sorry for that. This is something I didn't anticipate. Did not anticipate. All right. Bigfoot story. She went on to say, or he, that they're 100% certain it was the English Bigfoot, while sightings of the hairy creature, which walk on two legs, are an almost daily occurrence somewhere in North America, and the subject of the TV series, books, and film. Even seasoned Bigfoot experts have questioned whether the animal could exist in the British Isles. That's something I was pondering before I was so rudely interrupted by a power outage. But sightings continue to be reported to British Bigfoot researchers from the dense woods of Suffolk to the remote mountains of Scotland. So they're there. They are there. There have always been folklore. There have always been folklore tales about hairy men-like creatures living in the forests of England back in the Middle Ages, where they are known as woodwoes. Oh, there's an illustration of a woodwoe. Woodwoes. One leading British Bigfoot researcher, Deborah Hatswell, said it is possible a Bigfoot-like creature could still exist in Britain. In 2012, the government produced the National Ecosystem Assessment, and it showed that only between 6 and 8% of the land in Britain is actually built on. The rest is either forest, farmland, or wild mountains or downs, she said. People who are open-minded about whether such a creature could exist in the vast forests of North America might think Britain is too built up, but it's actually not. When you look at the reports of sightings in this country, they tend to follow rivers and forests. Interesting. So it is completely plausible that the UK has their own little Bigfoot. There have always been folklore stories about wild men living in the woods in this country. They date back to centuries. And those stories have continued. Okay. People are still reporting such a thing, and there we go. There is the the Bigfoot story from the UK. 614-388-9109 is the telephone number, and it's all happening.
Shut up.
Okay.
What?
Yeah. That's what happens sometimes, people. You get interrupted by a power outage or Wi-Fi downage, and you got to plow on. You got to go on. I do have right here that I'm holding up the screen. I have a copy of the Missing 411 documentary on Blu-ray that I will send to somebody. Maybe the next caller who calls in, I'll mail it out to you. I've watched it. It's good. If you want to own it, I will give it to you. I got it from Clown Baby, who got it from Mr. David Paulides himself. And let's not forget what the great David Paulides once said on our Bell Show.
Oh, I hit the glory hole right here.
That's right. And you could hit the glory hole too. If you want to call in 614-388-9109, and I will I'll send that out to you. And you can have a little part of Missing 411 in your life as well. I don't know if you want that in your life, but you certainly can have it. Even though it is streaming on Hulu, you can have the Blu-ray. Hey, Mr. Teddy Spaghetti, how you doing, pal?
Meanwhile,
doing pretty good there, Magic Mike. How we doing, big fella?
I'm doing well. I'm battling power outages and everything. Now,
yeah, I saw that, man. I was like, what the hell's going to the stream? They got us, man. They're on to us.
Yes.
Shut it down.
Did you call in for the Missing 411 Blu-ray, or did you just call in to say hi?
I called in to say hi and talk some stuff.
Okay.
The Missing 411 Blu-ray, you can give it to somebody with a Blu-ray player.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still at VHS, man. I got a few Betamax tapes I need to go. No, I'm just kidding.
That's
I
fair.
got DVDs,
Right.
but I
That's
can't
all right.
do
Then
Blu-ray.
I'll give it to another person who has a Blu-ray player.
Sweet, yeah. I mean, I don't want to take it from somebody, and I've seen it on Hulu.
Yeah,
It's a great doc.
Yeah. What is on your mind?
Well, man, I got new neighbors, right? And I was doing some work for them. They wanted some little bit of demo construction done. And as I typically do with a lot of people I meet, you get to talk and you start shooting the shit, and conspiracies come up. I'm like, oh, I'm a big conspiracy theorist. It's like, well, what do you think about 9/11? It all gets quiet.
So what kind of conspiracies do they believe in then?
No, there are not conspiracy people. I can't even remember how the topic. It was probably me that brought up conspiracy theories in general.
Ah.
And this guy's a paramedic, so he's like, "Well, what do you think about 9/11?" And I could sense it. I was like, "Ooh, yeah." I was like, "Well, I don't want to, say anything that would make anybody mad or."
Oh, I see. I misunderstood you. You were saying you're a conspiracy theorist, and they started questioning you. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, that's basically it. And, I tell them I just love studying it. It's kind of like, even if you don't believe in it, it's like the greatest you could take it as like the greatest sci-fi ever written. It's just so alive because you almost want to believe it's real, but at the same time, it really could be real. You just never know. And that's always been my thing with him. But he seemed to get mad when I said, well, I think the intelligence agencies of the world kind of had something to do with that altogether.
When people get touchy about 9/11, they do, because it devolves into holographic planes and all that kind of stuff, and like, how could the government ever do this to their own people? And people get upset about that. And then I always like to reference a book called Black 9/11, which is all about the financial transactions and some of the business dealings that happened running up to 9/11, and they're tracked. There's even rumors of insider trading going on.
Guy?
I don't have the name or the author of the book, but you can just point people to that and say, look, there's a lot of anomalies here that really haven't been really addressed in a public forum, which should give anybody pause. I mean, there's one example of insider trading being done right before 9/11, and that was done through the 9/11 Commission, and they investigated it, and they declined to pursue it any further because the people that were being investigated had no known ties to terrorists or terrorism, so therefore there's no possible way they could have had any foreknowledge of it. But that's a contradiction. They didn't pursue it any further, since they they weren't terrorists. Therefore they couldn't be terrorists, or they couldn't have had knowledge. It's bullshit like that gets brought up over and over again.
It's mind-numbing trying to talk to people that just don't want to hear that stuff. Like you watch Sam Tripoli, right? He's a comedian. He does.
Yeah, he does Tinfoil Hat.
What was that podcast? Tinfoil Hat.
Yeah, I watched a few of his episodes. I'm not like a huge fan. I didn't have I've watched a few episodes, and they seem to do an okay job.
Yeah, he's starting to pick up steam over there. But one thing that he always says, he calls it the code of the Ronin. It's basically don't share information with those who do not seek it. And I find myself breaking that code all the time, because you're kind of just talking at a brick wall. I mean, I brought up things like, there is first responders, like he's a first responder, that were there saying that they heard explosions. There was molten metal coming out. I don't think that could have been steel. It could have been aluminum, I said. I'm trying to give rationalities like, look, I'm kind of like a fence rider, even though I'm not, because I don't want them to think I'm full on, I'm their neighbor. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it just seemed like there was just some anger coming towards him. And he said, so you think of conspiracy theories, but do you really think the government, he brought up the Gulf of Tonkin, like all they had to do was lie about a ship. Why would they have to crash planes into there? Do you think the government's that good? And my response to that was like, no, I don't think the government's that good, and I think that's what makes it right for conspiracies, because you have all this bureaucracy, you have all this overcheck, but really nobody knows what the other hand does. So I think it kind of creates a fertile ground for these people to actually be in. And I also brought up another conspiracy theory. I was like, well, you could also say that they did it. It happened exactly how it happened, and the government got caught with their pants down, and then they had to make up these conspiracy theories to make kind of like the whole South Park. I think it was a South Park episode, where it was like the government are the ones actually promoting the conspiracy theories because they're so incompetent, and it's better to be taken advantage of by like a cabal of evil actors than to just be so fucking incompetent that you would just let your country get attacked like nothing. But people are so hard to hear stuff.
Well, it doesn't have to be, just because you believe in conspiracy theories doesn't mean that you believe the government is behind everything. It could be that there are real terrorists and that they were being watched, and that maybe certain elements within the government let it happen because, well, that benefited the foreign policy. And you can pull people off a case and assign them to different things, or there could be interdepartmental communications, or a memo didn't get sent up the chain. So there's multiple different ways to do this. It could have been partly government incompetence, and also partly letting it happen. No one really knows the full story behind 9/11, probably besides Dick Cheney and some people in NORAD.
Yeah, that's true.
All we have is a lot of speculation. There's some financial documents. There's a lot of anomalies, but almost every major event in history, it doesn't really happen the way the mainstream history narrative says it happens. It all kind of unravels a little later. So people who get angry at that stuff are upset because you're challenging their reality. And
you see, I'm going to bring this up. I'm not a flat earther, but that's why I respect flat earthers. Even though I know it's a big, divisive subject in the conspiracy community, I respect those guys, not because I believe in what they believe, but just for the fact that they're willing to put themselves out there with such a idea that's so contrary that it makes my stomach turn. Like, what? It's hard for me to believe into something like that, but at the same time, I respect the fuck out of those people because they got balls, bro.
It does take balls. I tell you what, with your neighbor, you should probably show them the Missing 411 documentary on Hulu, and then
that's good. That's good entry level.
That's entry level paranormal conspiracy because it asks a lot of questions, and there's not a lot of answers, and so it's a great break-in. It's about basically people in the woods. It doesn't deal with the government so much, other than the National Park Services, which is a federal, there's federal land and, federal bureaucracy to deal with, but it's the Park Services, so it's not like the monolithic CIA or the FBI behind something. So it's the Rangers, so break them in with that. If that opens up their eyes a little bit, they're going to say, oh, it's mountain lions, but there's stuff in there that they can't just brush off as mountain lions or bears.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good idea.
Right.
I think I might actually do that. Check it out on Hulu there.
All right, Teddy. I got to let you go and move on a little bit. All right, buddy?
Can I do a real quick question? You could just let me go after I ask this question and
Sure.
answer it. You said Cal Ripken or Lando Cal is pansexual, right?
Yes, I'm saying that because I read an article about it. Yeah.
What do you think ages of consent are on alien planets and why?
Now that's a tough
I know
one.
that's a can of worms.
Can you just have sex with a droid as soon as it's off the assembly line? I don't know. I mean,
if it's sentient, it's definitely underage, even if it is a machine. That's all I got. Just something to ponder, Mike.
This is stupid Star Wars hypothetical questions, but okay, thank you.
I'm getting too old for this sort of thing.
Yeah.
Take it easy, Mike.
All right. Have a good night.
You too, man. Peace.
Oh my God! Yeah, talking to people about conspiracies who aren't open to the idea that the official story or history isn't correct. It's a challenging topic. It certainly is. It certainly is. 614-389-1009, and I'll get on to probably my last story of the night, especially if I take any more phone calls. And this one's about the Loch Ness monster. That's impossible. A monster. Loch Ness monster spotted lurking in a lake in China. What is this thing's got? Frequent flyer miles? How's it getting to China? They're not going to let the Loch Ness monster on a plane. That's for damn sure. There's something that resembles Nessie.
Ding dong.
Maybe a plesiosaur. Oh, my God. Caller, go ahead.
Hey, what's going on, Mike? It's Benny.
Hey, what's going on?
Serenity now!
Did you call in for the Missing 411 DVD Blu-ray?
No, but I did call to talk about it.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I wanted to see what you thought about it. I know you liked it, but did you like it in comparison to the books and all? I mean, it seems like they left a lot out to just appease the masses, bro.
I believe that when trying to market a movie, especially a documentary about something like Missing 411, they had to angle it a certain way, and they angled it more as a murder mystery. And I believe because they saw the popularity of the Netflix series How to Make a Murderer or Making a Murderer, and that was very popular. It went viral, and people loved that. So I think they try to do something like that with Missing 411, and I think they missed a mark when trying to explore the paranormal side of stuff and focus too much on like it being like a kidnapping or a murder mystery. They did include some paranormal stuff. They included Lester House and talking about Bigfoot, and they didn't really go into UFOs or portals or as crazy as it can go. But overall,
that one case where those climbers were climbing up the mountain and they were abseiling, I guess, or going up or whatever, and the rope went slack and one guy disappeared. Well, they went back down to look for him and he just completely disappeared. Something simple like that would have been easy to discuss. It would have been, and it kind of points out that, like, something random is happening, something crazy.
Yeah, I've gone back and listened to a few of the David Place interviews since then, even with Art Bell, and he should be proud of the movie. There's obviously cases that I would have chose over some of the ones that they featured in the movie, but overall well produced. I hope he does another one.
Me too. I hope so too. I hope he goes into the depths. Like the Jared Adaro case where the searchers have been searching that trail for like weeks on end, and then all of a sudden a tree falls across the trail that they've been traveling in and out, and his skull cap is found on top of that tree laying down across the thing. Like, what?
There are so many bizarre little things. Even there's a hiker that I believe it was over in Europe that he was a very skilled skier, and he went off the path, and then they found him almost completely naked without any snowshoes on after about a week, and there were reports that he was seen up on top of the mountain. There's just bizarre things. I'm glad they did feature, like, they focused on little kids because that's a type of little person that would not have a real reason to run away from their family into the woods. Usually when a kid runs away, like, I'm running away from home, but then they immediately, they turn back. So it's not there's no other motive. They're not trying to go off and start a new life, or they're not running away from a bad marriage or financial problems. They're just innocent kids who go missing in the woods, which I understand they focus on that because it's very compelling. But
that makes sense financially. It was just kind of frustrating after reading all the books and looking through all the cases. You're like, wow, that's the stories you picked, the one that could be solved. You know, that one. There was that one with the like it could have been a murder, or it could have been like it was really shady. I can't remember the whole case in the movie, but it was like there's a bunch of people involved, and it seems like somebody disappeared, and it seems like a real shady situation. Like that guy just got taken out, or whatever. There
was one that was featured in the movie and David Plata said it was a very new case, but it happened in a national park, and it had some of the characteristics of a missing 411 case. So they included it because it was new, and they had the mother and the father was there. There was an uncle involved, and there was. I don't think it was completely fleshed out as well as some of the other stories featured in his book, and I think that was a little bit of a misstep. But I understand what he was trying to do.
Yeah, well, and you got to make that money back. They spent a lot of money on that.
Yeah, it looks great. It's a well-produced movie.
Yeah, they did a really good job. I was definitely impressed with the production.
Yeah. You got anything else for me before I talk about this Chinese Loch Ness monster?
No, go ahead, man. Yeah, I'm going to hold you up, man.
All right, thank you.
Yep, bye.
What the hell is this?
All right, I'm going to read a little bit about this, then I'll open up the phone lines for the last part of the show. I'll play this video, even though it is god-awful. I watched this. Don't they have good, like, high-resolution cell phones in China? They should have some pretty awesome technology in China to capture video. And all that's appearing here is, like, waves. Like, I'm seeing, like, a wake. It's not even 480p. This is, like, 2p. This is number one, actually. All right. Footage filmed by a tourist in China province, in a Chinese province, I can't even pronounce it, apparently shows a 30-foot dark object moving in the deep, dark waters on Tuesday. One of the tourists can be heard screaming, "Really, there it is. There it is." The beast is billed as the Chinese equivalent to Nessie and has been spotted numerous times over the years. There's a worker at the Canis Lake. Oh, there it is. You can hear it now. Canis Lake. That spotted the monster in a scenic spot on the lake in 2018. In 2012, a worker claims his video caught the beast swimming on the surface, but this is not the only Nessie to have been spotted abroad. Shocking photographs and pictures of Loch Ness monster-type beasts can be found on the U.S. beaches, like I think also in Lake Champlain, called Champ. The mystery creature was spotted, found on Wolf Island in the state of Georgia. So all over the world, there are reports of these Loch Ness-type creatures. Mystery footage shows what looks like an icy sea creature weaving through the Alaskan China River. China River. Yeah. Okay. They're all over. And then there's a photograph right here of this kind of plesiosaurus kind of Nessie-like creature here in Siberia. So I really wish there was some close-up of this, a high resolution. All we're getting is grainy shit over and over again. But you can take a look at it. The links are in the description if you want to take a look at this story and the grainy and ultra-compressed photos of these Nessie-like creatures. 614-388-9109. I'm getting out of here real soon. That power outage really got me down.
I'm getting too old for this sort of thing.
Ain't that the truth, brother? Hey, Lando, what did you say to Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Hello, what have we here?
Oh, hey.
Hey, Mike, how you doing, man?
Hey, Bill, what's going on?
Not much, man. I'm sorry you got dragged into this lawsuit thing.
Well, yeah, it's I got to be honest. Being dragged into a lawsuit is not tops my list of things to have occur in my life.
Yeah, man. I'm sorry. I just had people call because I love the show and I just want to look like a big shot.
We all want to look like a big shot. I want to be a big shot podcaster, and meanwhile, I'm being harassed by the likes of you and all your cohorts.
I'm sorry, man. I was just trying to help the show because I'm a fan,
Well, I appreciate your enthusiasm. I really do, Bill.
All right, yeah.
But honestly, Bill, I like it when you call up and just talk about conspiracy theories and paranormal stuff.
Oh well, okay, I can do that. That's cool.
I like that. I like that, Bill.
Okay, all right. I can do that. I can supply that.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I think people. They like your shenanigans a little bit, but sometimes it can go a little too far. I think you actually have a good input, like on all the craziness of the world.
Yeah, I try to, but with this suit, I gotta kind of tamper down and focus on trying to pay this off. But
how much do you think? How much is this suit gonna cost you?
Well, it's only like 1.5 billion. Sorry, not billion.
Jesus Christ.
1.5 million.
Okay, is that the Canuck dollars or U.S.?
I think it's pounds. So
that's a lot. That's a lot of money.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, I guess you got to convert it.
Do you have that? Do you have that kind of cash laying around?
Maybe some Bitcoin, maybe half of it in Bitcoin, but after that, I'm gonna have to start pulling some strings and getting creative, I think.
Did you know when I was 18, I had a silver dollar collection?
Oh,
yes.
Do you still have it?
I don't. But if I had a silver dollar collection when I was 18, that silver might be worth some money.
Would you believe when I was 18, I had a silver dollar collection?
Exactly. Just like Frank Costanza did.
Yeah, well, he's a smart guy, So
what happens if you what happens if you just refuse to indulge this person in their stupid and silly, nonsensical lawsuit? Can you be thrown in jail, UK jail?
I mean, they could, or they can go after me for more and stuff like that. Maybe bar travel there, kind of thing.
Yeah,
not too sure.
Well,
having the lawyers working, I had to actually cancel. My manager, I had to let him go for the lawyer.
Well, listen, yeah, I know your manager that you hired for the iHeartRadio thing probably cost you a pretty penny, and I'm sure you got to cut money where you can. It's
exactly.
Look, it's tough being an entrepreneur.
Yeah, but that DVD that Blu-ray might help. Do you have that Blu-ray still?
I do. I have the Blu-ray right here. Missing 411 Blu-ray. You probably can sell this for $1 million.
That might help. Okay, yeah. Well, okay. Well,
if you want, I'll send it to you.
No, we'll put it aside to a maybe.
Okay.
But I don't think it's going to help hit a dent in this bill kind of thing.
Yeah, I think you're going to have to do a GoFundMe or a Kickstarter for this. I can't help you out here, Bill.
Yeah, I got to do something. Yeah, I'll figure something.
Apparently, I'm being sued too. I have yet to get the legal documents in the mail. I'm sure it's probably taking extra time because it's coming from overseas. I get to see
I think I got it early because I'm in Canada and stuff too.
You're closer. I think you're technically closer to the UK.
Yeah. Sorry, Mike. I'm just trying to liven up the show because you're having these calls. You have the calls from Mr. Owl about whether or not your friend's going to rent out to him, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that can only take you so far. So I figured I could liven up the show.
Yeah.
But it looks like it's the path to hell is paved with good intentions.
You're absolutely correct there. Absolutely correct there.
Yeah.
Look, all's forgiven. Okay.
All right. Thanks, Mike. But we'll see what happens, man.
All right. Take care, Bill.
All right. Thanks, man. Laters.
There goes Bill, who's in some serious legal trouble, according to that report, that update he just gave me.
Let's fucking hook that shit, and we'll be on the fucking news, man.
All right. Oh, boy. Sometimes I don't know what the fuck's going on with this show sometimes, people. All right? I'll be honest with you. I don't know what's real or fake anymore. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's real. It feels like I'm in some kind of WWE thing. Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan. I don't know what's going on sometimes. 614-388-9109. That's all we got on the cryptozoological news. I can't believe I got all the stories. I'm sorry it's broken up into 2 pieces here on the video. Oh, boy. Oh, geez. Oh, no. I'll have to write some notes in the video description, let people know. Hey, see the previous video if you want the other part.
Ding dong.
Oh, boy. Caller, go ahead.
Hello?
Hello? Yeah, you are on the radio. Who am I speaking with?
What radio am I on?
You are on the Our Big Dumb Mouth podcast. Who may I who am I talking to here?
Cheryl?
What's that?
My name's Cheryl.
Hi, Cheryl. What?
So I'm not talking to Mike.
You are talking to Mike. What is on your mind?
No, but I'm not talking to Mike live now on the thing.
You are talking to Midnight Mike live on the thing. That is correct.
Well, you're not. Well, you can't be because I'm listening to it and I can't hear my voice.
I got to be honest. It's kind of.
Oh my God! I must be behind. Am I behind? Because I'm in the UK. I guess you might be on a little bit of a delay. Yes. Right. Listen, Mike. We need to have strong words.
Yes.
What?
We need to have very strong words about Strokey Bill because he's doing the editing.
Oh my God. Okay. What's
No, well, he is, Mike. You're letting him have too much airtime. He's boring and he's got the most annoying voice. My voice probably is annoying, but his voice is absolutely irritating the life out of me.
Well, let's be fair to Strokey that he actually had a stroke. It's not he has problems speaking because he has a medical condition.
I'm not bothered. You're giving him too much airtime. And what's all this about his girlfriend doing you from Yorkshire?
I don't know what's going on. Strokey's...
If she's from Yorkshire, I'm from America. She's telling lies.
Well, maybe it's a fake accent.
It needs to stop. It's doing me head in. And as for this website that he's got, what's that all about?
Look, I don't know. I don't know what the guy's angle is. This guy, Strokey Bill, sometimes he's up to no good. I don't endorse what he does. I don't condone it.
I agree. Do you know he put that? Do you know what he did? He put the link for his website on my YouTube page.
Did he really? What's your YouTube page?
Well, it's just Shell City. It's just me waffling shite.
Okay.
Oh, what happens, Mike, is I get a bit drunk and then I start thinking I can sing, and I can't sing really.
Well, I mean...
But I pretend I can when I'm drunk. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We all do that, don't we?
Well, I tell you what. I told Bill... I like it when he calls in and he just talks about conspiracy stuff and paranormal stuff. We don't need to get all goofy with a bunch of stuff, you know?
We don't, do we?
What's that?
I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
Can you not understand? Do I talk too fast?
No, it's just the connection is not the best.
Oh, I'm from Liverpool in the UK. Have you ever been?
I've never been to the UK. I'm never going to go.
Why?
I don't know. I know it's probably a very lovely place. I just maybe at some point in the future I would love to go. I do have some friends there. I'd like to visit them.
Come over to Liverpool, and we'll go and see where the Beatles used to knock about.
No, Abbey Road, chip. Oh, we can get some tea and crumpets together. Oh.
No, and that's another thing, Mike. We need to talk about seriously. Do you know when you pretend that you're from England, you keep doing a Cockney accent, which is from London, and we don't all talk like that.
Well, here's the thing about me. I don't know anything, okay?
Oh, you do. You're very clever.
No, I'm not.
You are.
I got to get out of here.
All right.
You got any final words?
Bye, everybody. And can you just say hello to everybody on the YouTube chat, because that's where I chat.
Hello, everyone in the YouTube chat. Hello.
Yeah, and they're all great.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. All right. There she goes. Okay. and I'm getting out of here. I got to get out of here. We out of here. Yo, we got to go. This was just a crazy show. Absolutely crazy.
Now, back to business.
No, not back to business. We're getting out of here.
I do not fully understand.
Thanks for everyone tuning in live, calling in, participating, indulging me with the power outage earlier. It's not something I anticipated or even want to deal with, but hey, here we are.
Everything's not a joke.
That is absolutely correct. Everything is not a joke.
I was a man when I was 12 years old.
Now that's funny, though.
Leave me alone!
I believe Joe and I will be back on Wednesday. We'll be talking about some conspiracies, current events. Oh, boy. Oh, geez. There's so much stuff going on.
Oh, my God.
And we're going to be talking about it all.
Yeah.
And that'll be it. I won't be doing a show on Saturday. I'll be on vacation. In vacation? On vacation. I'll be on vacation with my beautiful girlfriend. Going somewhere in the USA. Probably on a beach. I think near a beach. And we're having a good time.
Hello, what have we here?
Absolutely. We'll be having a great time, and then be back in about a week and a half. So this Wednesday is the last show for the month, I believe. Yes. And yeah. Sign up for the Patreon. Yeah, you get all the audio-only episodes of Night Talk Live, although I'm going to be putting this out in the regular feed this time around. But there's also extra content over there that I'll be uploading tonight. Yes. And I think you all will enjoy that. Oh, yes, I believe you will. Thank you, everyone. I will talk to you on Wednesday.
Super Brawl Saturday?
Wednesday. Super Brawl Wednesday. That's what's going down.
Oh, I hit the glory hole right here.